which we were studying is related to the masonry. Okay, so the initial introduction of this masonry has been already done. All right. Now we are going to discuss about the basic two types of the masonry, that is as per the syllabus, and then about the composite masonry and other things we will discuss later on in the detail. So the first one is the masonry, and what is the masonry? We have already discussed related to the masonry that what do we understand by masonry? So masonry is construction of building units bonded together with mortar. We know. So construction of building units bonded together with mortar. Bonded together with mortar. So mortar is going to play important role in the masonry. So construction of the building units bonded together with mortar. So we are going to study here. Number one is the stone masonry in the detail we are going to discuss, and second one is the brick masonry that we are going to discuss related to the stone masonry and the brick masonry. So as far as the stone masonry is concerned, in the stone masonry, so today's topic of interest for all of us is nothing else but what we can say is the stone masonry. What is stone masonry? So, all right, masonry is construction unit using the building units. Building units का use करना है. So, in this, stone is that particular building block. So, stone will be there. We have already discussed about the type of stones and its availability. So, what are the basic materials being used in the stone masonry? So, the basic two materials being used in the stone masonry are nothing else but first is, of course, the stone, that is the main building block, and the second one is the mortar. So, now try to understand what is a mortar. So, a mortar is a homogeneous plastic mixture obtained by the process of uniform mixing of binding materials. All right, fine aggregates and water to make a paste of required consistency and used to bind the masonry unit. So, it is a mixture. In this uniform mixing will be there. Uniform mixing of number one, binding material is there. Okay, number two, fine aggregate is there. And number three, water is there. Okay, so binding material may be there. For example, lime may be there. For example, cement may be there. Surkhi may be there. All right, so these type of things may be there. Then fine aggregates may be sand or surkhi may be there. All right, fine aggregate is there. The characterization classification you already know. Okay, then this is known as the mortar actually. So first is the adhesion material is required, that is clay or mud, like such type of thing, and cementitious ingredients. So mortar. When we talk about, for example, concrete, in this the three things are there. One is to two is to six, for example, or one is to n is to two n. So in this there are two portions. One is the fine aggregate and one is the coarse aggregate. Okay. So these are the two things we used to refer. But when coming to the mortar, जब हम mortar की बात करते हैं, when we used to talk about the mortar, we used to talk about only 1:1. All right, that is cement is in proportion with the fine aggregates. Okay, so fine aggregates will be used in the mortar, so it will be relatively lesser pest as far as what we can say the building units are being considered. Then consistency, cement mortars means when cement is used, lime mortar is also there, which is being used, and lime cement mortar means means lime and cement may be used. Of course, so this is one of the things. Then types of the stones we have already discussed. The three types of the stones are there. First is igneous, volcanoes eruption से जो stones निकलते हैं, that is there. Then sedimentary, that is due to deposition in a particular pattern, layer by layer जो अलग अलग stones बन जाते हैं और फिर layer by layer जो निकलते हैं. All right. Then third comes what we can say is nothing else but the metamorphic. Metamorphic means the combination of the above two. Okay, so combo of first plus second, so that may be the metamorphic rocks. So that embraces either igneous or the sedimentary rock. So that thing is there. Now, this portion we have already discussed. Now, the thing is what we can say is the classification of stone masonry. Very important. Classification of stone masonry is very much important. Only two type of classification is there. The first one is the rubble masonry, the rubble stone masonry, and the second one is what we can say is the ashlar masonry. So first is the rubble masonry and second is the ashlar masonry. Is between these two is that in rubble masonry, the stone blocks which are used are undre- undressed or roughly dressed. So in rubble masonry, the stones, or we can say is the stone blocks. So these stone blocks are undressed और रफली ड्रेस्ड मीन्स एग्जैक्टली अच्छे तरीके से उसकी ड्रेसिंग नहीं होती मीन्स प्रॉपर शेप में वो नहीं होगा फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसा कुछ एक बिल ब्लॉक की जरूरत है तो वो एकदम 100% ऐसा नहीं होगा बट वो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा बहुत रफ होगा फॉर एग्जांपल ओके तो इस तरीके से वो एक रफ ब्लॉक हो सकता है द ब्लॉक में बी रिलेटिवली रफ एक्चुअली so that is the rubble masonry. In ashlar masonry, it is completely dressed and smoothly, what we can say is smoothly dressed. Okay, so sharply dressed hota hai, that is the ashlar masonry is there. So this is one type of the classification that you need to go through it. That is what we can say is the basic difference between the rubble masonry. Now again, this rubble masonry is being divided into what we can say is some types. That is, rubble masonry is being classified into the rubble masonry is being further categorized. This rubble masonry is being further reclassified as what we can say is the three types. All right, the three classes or subdivided into these three classes. First is uncourse or random rubble masonry. Random rubble masonry. Random rubble masonry is there, or what we can say is uncoursed masonry is there. Then second is the coursed rubble masonry. What is the difference between two? In जो पहला वाला है रैंडम रबल उसमें किसी भी तरीके से मींस पैटर्न इज नॉट फिक्स ओके इन द अनदर one the coarse double masonry what we can say is the pattern is fixed one pattern is fixed okay the another one is the third one is what we can say is the dry rubble masonry is there. So in dry rubble masonry, the construction is made to courses similar to ordinary rubble masonry without mortar. So dry rubble masonry. जैसा आपने कहीं कहीं पे देखा होगा कि only the stones के ऊपर stones रख दिए गए हैं rough stones हैं okay without mortar they have put the stones okay and they are stable in a stable position mortar is absent mortar is not present mortar is not used so that is what we can say is the example of the dry rubble masonry in uncoursed or random masonry you can see what we can say is it is inferior means any stone has been placed anywhere and one kind of the what we can say is the masonry is prepared so that is undressed or uncoursed masonry is there However, if masonry is there and dressing is proper, all right, although the stones are undressed, but if pattern is there, so that is being the coursed rubble masonry. So rubble means what we can say is the stones which are used, stones are undressed. So that is one of the important thing you need to understand. So rubble masonry means random rubble masonry, classified being as a random rubble masonry. Okay, coursed rubble masonry and dry rubble masonry. तो रैंडम रबल मैसोनरी में वो पैटर्न कुछ भी हो सकता है, रैंडमली zigzag पैटर्न में भी there. Coarse rubble masonry में the undressed stones are being placed in a particular pattern, and dry rubble masonry में directly the stones are used and mortar is not used. So that is what we can say is the rubble masonry. Now we will come to the another type, the another important characterization, that is ashlar masonry. What we understand by the ashlar masonry? Ashlar masonry का मतलब क्या होता है? In ashlar masonry, stone blocks are square or rectangular shape with raised surfaces. So rectangular shape is there, a perfect shape is there, square shape is there. Okay, a perfect shape is being observed. Okay, so a perfect shape is being observed. It may be square or it may be what we can say is the rectangular, and it is perfectly dressed. Perfectly dressed. Okay, so that is also one of the important thing you need to know, that in ashlar masonry the stone blocks are perfectly dressed. These are dressed very nicely, and these what we can say is these are rectangular or square in the shape. The height of the stone maybe varies from what we can say is 25 to 30 centimeters, means zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.3 meters, maybe what we can say is height, or in centimeter 25 centimeter to 30 centimeter, maybe the height. This height may be 0.25 to zero point 0.3 meter. All right. So that is the ashlar. Ashlar masonry का सीधा सीधा मतलब क्या है? What is the base meaning of the ashlar masonry is, the simple meaning is ashlar masonry is perfectly dressed. The stone blocks are completely and perfectly dressed, and the stone blocks are in proper size. This is the basic difference between the rubble and ashlar masonry. Now, what are the different classes? Same as rubble masonry. Rubble masonry is having three types: random rubble masonry, coarse rubble masonry, and dry rubble masonry. Similarly, the ashlar masonry is also having the classification. How it is being classified? It is being classified as number one, ashlar fine. Number two, ashlar rough told. Okay. Number three is ashlar rock. Okay. Ashlar rock. The number fourth is ashlar chamfered. Okay. Ashlar chamfered. Then fifth is, the fifth type है, that is ashlar facing. Okay. So these are the classification of the ashlar masonry. So this is what we can say is ashlar fine. So let's see the example of first type, that is ashlar fine. So in ashlar fine, what is there? Stones are cut to regular and required size. Okay. So we will having stone. All right. Then larger block, then smaller block, then larger block, then smaller block, then larger block, like that. Larger block. Okay, then the smaller block, then larger block, very smaller block, larger block, in such a way. So in such a way, it is being ashlar fine. So this is one type of characterization that is being there. Okay, so that is you need to understand that this is there. So this perfect one type of fine pattern is being observed. All right, so these are chiseled rests. The bed and side joints are chiseled rests. And Ashlar rough tool is the edges are exposed to the faces. Means in the second one, the exposed faces are there. And Ashlar rock is there. It is Ashlar rough tool. One type of exposed poses have chiseled rest strips. Then Ashlar chamfered is there. A special type of masonry when the edges around are exposed by 45 degree, and axillary facing is also there when the particular face facing is actually axillary raised. Means what happens that we used to do what we can say is painting around this particular or mortaring in the walls. Okay, but what happens, we want the face to be the appearance of the wall has to be in the stone itself. So that is what we can say is we can classify it as in the ashlar method. So that is being the ashlar facet. There is a difference between the rubble and ashlar masonry. Okay, so that you can have the classification and difference. You can go through it. The Ashlar and what we can say is the rubble masonry, the different type of for the classifications that you can having, the joints, how the joints have been formed that you can uh, study related to it. Now we will proceed towards the one more important topic, that is the brick mason. What is, first of all, what is brick? Brick unit is there, which is formed on type of building material. So, what is a brick? So, first of all, brick is a building material. Brick is a building material. All right, it is formed with the earthen material. Earthen sand is there. It is formed due to the earthen material. Okay, then the construction of the units bonded together with the mortar and particular brick units are being used. That is the brick masonry. So the components are, of course, what are the components? So essential components in the brick masonry is number one, of course, brick units, and of course, number two, nothing else but the mortar is there. So number one, सबसे पहला important component है brick, and the second one is the another important component is the mortar. So these are the different things. What are the types of bricks? Basically, brick is a building material, okay, formed from the earthen materials. Okay, it is of two types, standard bricks and the traditional bricks. So first is the standard bricks. First is the standard bricks. Second is what we can say is the traditional bricks is there. That is seasonally burnt bricks are being there, which are being used. These are the different type of the bricks. So nominal size of the standard modular brick is, you all know the nominal size is of the standard bricks. The nominal size is 20 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter, and its inside actual size is 19 by 9 by 9. That you already know, so we will not have to discuss related to it. Okay. So if thickness of wall, always the thickness of a wall is designated as the thickness of size of brick. So if it is 10 centimeter, means half brick wall. Okay. If it is 20 centimeter, what we can say is it is one brick. So in such a way, if 30 centimeter की कोई wall है तो उसको बोलेंगे 1.5 brick wall or 1.5 brick wall. So that is being designation. इस तरीके से उसको designate किया जाता है. That is what the importance of the brick and brick masonry is there. And traditional bricks are also there. All traditional size of the brick is in inch, and the size for the traditional brick is nothing else but what we can say is the 9 inch by 4.5 inch by 3 inch. Okay. So that is one type of the nominal size of the brick is there. That is traditional size is there. So inch के हिसाब से देखेंगे तो 4.5 के हिसाब से चलेगा। अगर 4.5 इंच है तो दैट इज बीइंग नोन एज द हाफ ब्रिक। 9 इंच है तो दैट इज 1 ब्रिक। ऑल राइट, देन 13.5 हो गया तो दैट इज 1.5 ब्रिक। ओके, 18 हो गया तो दैट इज 2 ब्रिक वॉल। So this is traditional, what we can say is the concept. So don't get confused. In what we can say is traditional, we are having 4 and 4.5 inch as the half brick, and in standard we are having 10 centimeter as the standard size. So we will deal with only this 20 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter only. So no need to worry about nominal size, but the actual size inside the brick without the being mortaring is 19 by 9 by 9 centimeters. Okay, so that is one of the important thing used to be seen over here. Now there is certain classes of brick also. So classes of brick, there are basically four classes of brick are there, of course. So 1, 2, 3 is first. The पहला जो classification है that is first class bricks. Then second classification is second class brick. Third is the third class brick, and the fourth one is the jhama bricks. That is overburnt भी जिसको बोलते हैं, overburnt bricks is there. So first class bricks is of the nominal size, and it may absorb up to 20% of the water when immersed. Second class bricks, they do not absorb 1/4. And third class is irregular in shape. This third class is irregular, quite irregular in shape. Okay, and more than 25% of the water it used to absorb. And Jama bricks are overburned or underburned. Such type of classification is also there. Now, what we can say is the bonding work is there. So how the bonds in the brick will work. So bond is very much important in the brick that you also know. There are the various types of the bonds are there. So we will not, I will not write down all the types actually, but we will have the classification as the first bond is nothing else but you all are well aware or heard about it. That is the English bond. So first is the English bond. We will discuss one by one. What is English bond? It is strongest bond. All right, and use all the wall thickness. So that is the strongest bond. अब इस बॉन्ड की खासियत क्या है और इसी को क्यों सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट बॉन्ड बोला जाता है? इसमें एक्चुअली क्या होता है कि जितने भी हेडर हैं वो हेडर रखे जाते हैं। ओके, वन कोर्स ऑफ द हेडर इज बीइंग लेड। ओके, ये जो है ये हाफ ब्रिक है, ठीक है, ये पूरा का पूरा आ जाएगा। दैट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट। और उसके बाद जो हमारा आएगा पूरा एक स्ट्रक्चर बोन, यहां से फिर हमारा पूरा वो एक वन ब्रिक आएगा। दैट इज द फर्स्ट बॉन्ड जो आपका हो गया। दैट इज कंप्लीट हेडर बॉन्ड इज देयर। ओके, देन हेडर कोर्स इज देयर टॉप पे। दिस इज हेडर कोर्स, complete header course, then complete stretcher course will be there. So first header course, then stretcher course, then again header course will be there. That's why I am drawing and showing you, ताकि आप लोगों को वैसे पता है already, because in PDDC the practical knowledge students are already having much practical knowledge, so then there is no problem. All right, so such type of thing, then this is complete header course, then stretcher course. So alternate courses of header and stretchers. So that is the English bond. Okay, so that thing is there. We need to understand it. Twin closer, we have already discussed in like last class. We have already discussed about what we can say is what we know about such type of the terms. That is twin closer is there. What do we mean by it? So queen closer is nothing else but if 50% of the brick is used, for example, this I will draw a brick to make you understand. If we are having this particular brick, okay, and I will cut it 50%. Okay, so if this is this portion, that way. So if this 50% portion, I will cut it down, which is shaded. So 50% portion is this, and 50% portion is this. So this 50% is being known as what we can say is the queen closer. Okay, so queen closer. So this queen closer is sometimes used here as 1/4. Queen closer is nothing else but 1/4 of the break. So that is what we can say is the English bond. Now we will come to the Flemish bond. So first is the English bond, then second will come as the Flemish bond. So in Flemish bond, the simple thing is there we need to understand. In the Flemish bond, one important thing is alternate header and stretcher is there. For example, this header is there, then stretcher will be there. Then header will be there, then stretcher will be there. Okay. Then header will be there, then stretcher will be there. So that is the thing. Okay, so that we need to understand. Okay. Again, this 50% will be used as a queen closer. Okay. Or we can say 1/4 brick. Then from here, this header stretcher will continue. Okay. So header stretcher will be alternate. So that is a confirmed thing. So that we need to understand. In English bond, alternate courses are there, but in Flemish bond, header, stretcher is being there. Single Flemish bond is there and double Flemish bond is there. In single Flemish bond, the passing of wall is there. Okay, and backside is English bond actually. But in double Flemish bond, each course presents same appearance in the front and back. So double Flemish bond में हमें same appearance देनी है. तो minimum 1.5 brick की thickness की हमें जरूरत पड़ेगी same appearance देना है तो. If we wish to give the same appearance, then that is important. So these two bonds are there. The difference between these two bonds is very much important. Then comes the stretcher bond and header bond. Stretcher bond and header bond is there. The third one is after English and Flemish. The third classification is the header bond. Okay. In the header bond, only what we can say is 3/4 bat is used. 3/4 bat means the 3/4 portion of the what we can say is the brick. So this will be used. Then after the 3/4 portion, one header is of course there. Then again another header, then another header, then another header in such a way the header will be there. Okay. Then at the bottom, this 50% is there up to here 50%, then here 50%, then here 50%, 50%. Okay. Why we are putting this queen closer or 3/4 bait? Because there there must be some what we can say is, for example, here is one stretcher course. Okay, here some course is there, then stretcher. Okay, so stretcher, header, then stretcher course. So just in the below course, we have to avoid these things. Okay, we have to avoid these transactions. So what we will do, we will use 3/4 bats, or we will use some closer, queen closer, we will use 50%. Then we will avoid it and we will provide one full brick, then header. So stretcher, header. Okay. Then again stretcher, then again header. So in such a way, try to avoid these joints. Okay. So these joints must not be followed in the second course. Okay, so here if you will observe, this joint is coming below this brick. This joint is coming below this brick. So then only the strength will be provided. Only then the strength will be there. तो वो एक समझने वाली चीज है. That is header bond. Then comes the garden wall bond. So it is garden wall bond is also there. That is one brick thick is there. It is strong as a stone bond is there. Okay. So it is English type of bond may be there and Flemish type of bond may be there. Okay. So bats 3 by 4 bat may be used in the Flemish bond and in English bond as well. Then facing bond is there. Okay, so in thick walls, the facing bond may be there. So what happens in facing bonds? What is the important thing is that we are using several stretcher courses. This stretcher course, we are having continuous stretcher course is there. Then here, for example, bat is there. Then again, stretcher course. We are having continuous stretcher course over here. Okay. Then again, stretcher course is here. Suddenly, after 2, 3 stretcher courses, randomly we are providing one, what we can say is the header course. After stretcher, we are providing one header. So these stretchers courses were there. All right, all were the stretcher courses, and suddenly we have provided the header course. Header उसके बाद में तुरंत header course हमने provide कर दिया. Header course is there. Okay. So in such a way, just I am drawing it. Not my drawings are not this scale, but just to understand that after several stretcher course, we have given one header course, and then again we will provide. Then one type of
Sir,
board is also what we can. Yes,
sir, video is not visible.
video is visible, I think.
Now visible, sir.
Yes, visible, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I think video is continuously visible because I am sitting with two devices and in another device also it is being showing. All right, no problem. There may be some issue from my side as well. Okay, so let's
Oh,
continue.
okay, sir.
So these are few type of the bonds. Then one important bond is also there. That is the Dutch bond. Just when you will see all these bonds, you will get directly idea. And you are also working in the field, so you may be having. So it is one type of the English bond. All right, and English bond means one complete stretcher, one complete header. One complete stretcher, one complete header. Okay, so what is the difference? The difference being, for example, हमने Dutch bond कैसे बनेगा? हमने header use किए. We are using the headers in the first course, of course. Then we have to use the स्ट्रक्चर बट हम क्या करेंगे 3/4 ब्रिक बेड जो है वहां से स्टार्ट करेंगे 3/4 ब्रिक बेड इज देयर वो पहले रखेंगे और उसके बाद जाकर के हम जो है यहाँ पे ये एक स्ट्रेचर यूज करेंगे तो पहला पूरा हेडर हो गया ओके दैट्स व्हाई आई एम राइटिंग एट एच देन स्ट्रेचर हो गया देन फिर आपका पूरा हेडर हो गया ठीक है फिर आपका जो है अगला आपका ये पूरा हेडर हो गया देन आपका फिर वो 3/4 ब्रिक बेड पहले आ गया फिर आपका पूरा स्ट्रेचर हो गया ओके तो इन सच ए वे इट इज देयर तो ये एक चीज आपको समझने वाली है यहाँ पे समझने में जरूरी हो जाता है ओके देन herring and diagonal bond is also there in which how it will be formed it will be something like this then you will be having bricks over here you will be having bricks over here and we are having such type of bonds that 45 degree we are having the brick classification okay so in such type of bond is known as the herringbone bond that is 45 degrees angle is there all right so if you will see this diagram or the main diagram, you will get the idea. And diagonal bond is also such type of that 45-degree bond is there. Then last bond is what we can say is the zigzag bond is also there. So zigzag bond is also there. So in zigzag bond also any type of alternate courses are being there itself. So these are the different type of bonds. You just revise it. The tutorials have been given to you. Just try to practice it. If possible, if possibilities there, tutorial 1, 2, 3 has been given to you. Okay. So no worries. So that is one of the most important things. Now, what are the defects in the brick masonry? We will now try to understand the defects in brick masonry. What are the defects in the brick masonry? So, defects in the brick masonry is, of course, the most important is it is earthen material. So, sulfate attack, it may be prone to the sulfate attack because because it is not homogeneous mixture. So, sulfate attack may be there. And crystallization of salts. All right. In bricks, it is earthen material only. So crystallization may be there. Then corrosion of embedded iron, if it is present. Then shrinkage on drying. Shrinkage का मतलब क्या होता है? कि for example, this brick is there. The brick is present over there. What we will do, we will use some mortar and we will attach one more brick nearby it. Okay. So one more brick will also be made attached nearby it. Okay. So these two bricks are there. We will do some watering for some time. And after doing some watering, what will happen? It will get dry after some time. And after drying, it will, after moisture will be loose, the shape may be changed. Okay, shape is maybe the shape may be little bit changed from the original dimension. So change in volume due to loss of moisture is known as the shrinkage. So change in volume due to okay due to loss of moisture is what we can say is shrinkage is there. So this shrinkage must be prevent. It can only be prevent when the brick is either first class or it is a good brick. So that also, if good quality brick is being used, then the shrinkage may not be there. So these are the different things uh, needs to be considered. And thickness, what must be the thickness to be considered? So superimposed load, overall height, and height of the wall between the floors, length of walls, strength of brick bond, those needs to be seen. Okay. So, and a comparison needs to be done. Comparison between what we can say is stone and brick masonry is there. That what are the different types, what are the different components, materials being used. So that thing is there. So it is all about a complete knowledge and thing about the stone masonry and the brick masonry. So these are the things which we have discussed in today's class: the type of the masonry, the type of the brick masonry, the types of bricks, classification of the bricks, the different type of brick bonds being used. इसके अलावा स्टोन masonry के बारे में देखा. Stone masonry may basically rubble masonry and ashlar masonry is there. All right. In rubble masonry, pattern is not fixed, uncaused is used. So this is all about the stone masonry and what we